Hello friends and welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. Hey Wolfpack, hope you're having a great day out there. It's a pretty bland day aside from just what's buzzing around in the Twitter sphere out there, and like I say yesterday, try not to get too caught up in that, and I wouldn't let yourself get too caught up in it either. You know, we need to stay focused on what's important, and we've got a huge week ahead. So I think things will start kind of pulling out of this funk as we get closer and closer to the launch of the Saitamask event. And, there's some other potentially good information or news on the horizon. We'll talk about a tweet today from Russell. And then I'm going to answer some of the frequently asked questions that I get in almost every single video. And it's hard for me to remember, but there's a wide variety of people watching these videos now. And because the growth of Saitama token has been so fast, there are brand new people coming into the project every day looking for information. So I'm going to show you my video library for those of you who are new, and you can go back and look through some of the titles and watch some that might be interesting. But I'll point you to one in particular that was popular when I made it, and I think the information still very useful and valid, and answers a question I get very regularly. Still dealing with the cold. So, sorry there. Friends, if you're brand new to the channel, please know I only make these videos for information, education, and for community building around the Saitama token. So if you're considering investing, please do your own research before you decide whether Saitama is right for you and your portfolio. All right, so let's dig in really quick to the fundamentals, and then we will jump into some of these frequently asked questions, a little news piece, and do some reflections and call it a day. All right. Apologies for being late today. I had some family things come up and got to go do a little bit of service with one of my family members that lives nearby. And so it was time well spent. Just got a late start on everything here. So new holders count today, 190,552. So there's yet another milestone just blasted away. Probably 2 more days before we hit that 200,000 mark. Definitely should either be Wednesday or Thursday. So very exciting, you guys. That's a huge, huge milestone, and a place that many tokens will never, ever get to. Okay, that's an increase of 3,453 from yesterday. Rank currently 52. Okay, I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to go into CoinMarketCap and show you how I'm deriving that rank, because I get questions about this one every day. So we'll just stop here and do the first FAQ. Okay, so if on CoinMarketCap you search for Saitama, you will find that they list our rank at 2,740. Okay, and I'm saying it's 5152. So why is that? How am I coming up with this? I get this question in every single video, and it's totally fine. I totally understand. I reported it this way for a long time. And then as I started researching, okay, now, originally back in the day, people who've been watching from 6 weeks, 8 weeks back know CoinMarketCap used to exclusively report our fully diluted market cap. So if you're brand new, fully diluted market cap is based on the max supply of tokens. Okay, so assuming you look at the original 100 quadrillion supply, you multiply that by the price right up here, you would come to this market cap. Okay, so 100 quadrillion times 7 zeros, 8443. You notice the first 4 numbers here, 8443. Okay, that's how we get our fully diluted market cap. But we know half the coins were burned initially, and since then we burned another almost 56%. So the current circulating supply is 44 quadrillion 600 trillion. Okay, and you notice there's a little caution sign here, and it says this is self-reported data. Okay, this is what we're giving to CoinMarketCap. Over here in the market cap, also they're saying they haven't verified this information, but this is according to what we, the Saitama project team, and I'm not part of the development team, but I'm just saying us collectively as a community, we're reporting that this is the remaining circulating supply. okay? And we'll talk about where the circulating supply comes from here in a minute also. But our market cap based on this circulation is this 3,762,000,000. So if you take the current token supply, 44.6 quadrillion, multiplied by the price, you end up getting this market cap, okay? So I'm using this market cap. I'm looking at CoinMarketCap's rankings, and then I'm simply just scrolling down. That was 3,764,000,000. So once this populates, we'll see the market caps. It's a perfect time for the internet to just slow down, okay? Right here is 51, 3.78. We were like 3.72. So we would be ranked 52nd unofficially, but it's official for me. I've been looking at these numbers every day for 70 days now. Okay. So there we are, rank 52. Okay. There's our price. It's just simply based off of the coin market cap. Actually, I'm looking at Etherscan. Okay. The volume is down. Okay. This is kind of interesting. Now at this volume and price, it would take 115 days to burn 1%. But we actually got a pretty good burn from yesterday to today. You'll notice that we burned about the same number of tokens as we did yesterday. And how I'm gathering that information is simply subtracting or getting the delta or the change in yesterday's burn percentage versus today's burn percentage and multiplying that difference by the original token quantity. It gives us the tokens burned. Okay. Now, where am I getting this burn information? Okay, Etherscan. This is another question I get regularly. Okay, in the Etherscan under holders, you can also look at CoinMarketCap under holders. The very top wallet is the burn wallet, and it shows right here the percentage that it owns, 55.7154%. Okay, which means 55.7154% is burned. Okay, and here's my 51.7154. Okay, there's a little bit of rounding there because just I got 2 digits on the percentage. It's fine. All right, so that's question number 2. Where is the burn? How do I get the burn percentage? Okay. Speedometer, that would mean at current rates, we'd be burning about 3% per year. But again, we had a pretty good token burn. Now, part of yesterday's burn that I think could be augmenting, or the reason why, even though we have low volume, we still have a pretty high burn, is because there were some big whale sells. And per Saitama's own website, under the ecosystem tab, you would see that there's an anti-whale trap. Basically just says it's coded in a way that prevents big wallet holders from trying to manipulate the price in their favor by dumping the token by selling out. So there were some very big sells. I'm guessing that those people paid some additional fees on top of the 4% that's charged with all of us every time you buy or sell Saitama. 2% of every buy and sell transaction is burned, and 2% of every buy and sell transaction is redistributed to the pool of holders in what they refer to as rewards or reflections. Okay? This brings us to the next question that I get all the time, which is the burn wallet getting reflections? Okay, so back to this burn wallet. Well, the burn wallet, technically, even though it's a dead wallet, owns 55% of the tokens. And my understanding is that each account holder gets reflections or rewards according to the proportion of ownership that they have. So I am assuming that the burn wallet is also getting 55% of the rewards or reflections. I did a video on this called The Mechanics of the Burn. And in that burn analysis, I actually showed this as what I referred to as the X factor accelerator. Okay. The X factor accelerator. Well, the accelerator is, okay, we're already burning 2% of the supply, but the dead wallet at 55%, which is about where it is now, is getting another 1.1% or half, a little more than half of the reflections, bringing the total burn to 3.1%. And as the dead wallet increases its ownership, it will gain a larger portion of the reflections, and therefore the burn rate will increase, approaching closer to 4% ultimately. Okay. Now, the downside of that is for those of us who are holders of the token, we'll be getting less and less of the reflections. So the time to capitalize on getting the rewards and reflections is now. Okay. The less burn there is, or the smaller the dead wallet is, the less of the reflections it's taking, right? Now, we want it to take the reflections because we want the tokens to burn, because as the supply diminishes, the price will go up as each token has a higher value proportionate to the overall market cap. Okay. And I've got all kinds of videos in my library you can watch about how the price works. Okay. So just Saitama Stacker on YouTube. You can go into my videos library, and there's all kinds of stuff in here over the last 60 days, for better or for worse. The one I'm going to point you to specifically, and I'll put a link in the description of this video, is can we burn 2 zeros this year, and what will it take? Okay. This was a very popular video when I made it, and I hear this all the time. Oh, we're definitely going to burn 2 zeros. Okay. We actually burned one of those two, because this is when we're actually at, we were at, 7 zeros. Okay. So 7 zeros. Can we get to 5 zeros and then the money digits? Okay. And what will it take? This video explains that. Okay. To get to the 6 zeros, 1 stage, our market cap has to be $4.4 billion, because there's 44 quadrillion tokens. And when you multiply that by 6 zeros, 1, the market cap would be 4.4 billion. Okay. So we did that once here last week. We actually burned that zero, and then we backed off it a little bit. So can we burn 1 zero this year? We already did it. And yes, I think it will happen again. Can we get that second one by the end of the year? At the current token supply, it would take about $44 billion in market cap. Shiba Inu did this fairly recently. They're a community token. We're a community token. They are about 9 months ahead of us on their timeline from when they launched. So is it going to take us maybe a little bit more time? I think it could, but we have a lot going for us. And I think we have some advantages over Shiba Inu, and I'm a Shiba Inu holder still. So I like that project. I do think Saitama has advantages. So will we burn that second zero to 5 zeros? I believe we will. Can we do it this year? I don't know. It's possible. Excuse me. It's possible. It's just a matter of where the journey takes us here. Okay. And the journey is looking good. All right. Let me see what else. How do I get reflections? Okay. So I showed you on the Saitama website under the ecosystem, the reflections. Well, if you're holding in a DeFi wallet, such as Trust Wallet, MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, the reflections are automatic and they are pretty much in real time. So first of all, if you're holding in those and you don't think you're getting reflections, write down your token quantity. Write it down precisely what it is. Okay. Wait 15 minutes. Check it again. You'll be surprised to see that your token count has most likely gone up. Okay. If you're holding in a centralized exchange such as Bitmart, Hotbit, LBank, Gate.io, some of them participate and some of them don't. Now, my understanding is Bitmart will be participating and paying reflections, but it will only happen 1 time per month. Okay. They're saying on the 10th, this is the rumor. I haven't seen this from Bitmart, but other holders that have Bitmart are telling me they're getting reflections. LBank, people are telling me they're getting reflections. Some people in Hotbit have told me that they're getting reflections, but they don't get them automatically updated all the time. Okay. So with the centralized exchange, there's some advantages, and that once you're in there, it's very inexpensive to move your money around from token to token. The flip side for the Saitama holders is you may or may not get your reflections, and you definitely won't be getting them in real time, at least to the best of my knowledge. Okay. Okay. So another question that's come up frequently with Bitmart is, how can I get my money out? Well, I now have a withdraw button on my Saitama. So I'm assuming that I can withdraw it. Okay. Very good. It says I need to enable some authentications. But the other way I can withdraw it, I don't know what people are trying to accomplish when they're saying they want to withdraw it. If they're trying to move it to a DeFi wallet, that would be one thing, okay? If you're just trying to withdraw your cash, then simply convert Saitama into Ethereum or Bitcoin or USDT and then move it out, you know? You can move it back to your bank. It costs next to nothing to transform from one token to the other. You know, if I were to go into the trade screen on Bitmart, oh, there we go. I'm supposed to have blindingly fast internet. Some days I question that. Okay. It's fiber internet, so it's supposed to be very good. Okay. If I wanted to trade my Saitama for USDT, I literally would just click 100% sell Saitama. It will instantly turn to USDT, and then I can move it out back to my bank, whatever I decide to do with it. If you're trying to transfer Saitama to a different type of a wallet, that may be available now, as there is a withdraw button in Bitmart. At least for me, there is. I got verified. There was some steps to doing that. I had to put my ID in there, and it's been 24 hours since I did that, but it looks as if I can withdraw it. Other questions. Let's see. Where can I buy Saitama? Okay. On the Saitama website, they have a buy tab. This is saitamatoken.com. Scrolling down, you will find that you can, they teach you how to create a DeFi wallet. They talk right here about Trust Wallet, MetaMask, or Coinbase. Okay, and then they talk about how to connect it, how to go on Uniswap, and how to swap Ethereum for Saitama. Also, there's a CEX portion. At the time, they built this out, and it needs to be updated, but they had this BKEX, LBank, Consbit, Bilaxy, now Hotbit, now Bitmart, and Gate.io. And according to Russell, we know KuCoin is supposed to be coming online soon. And an hour ago, he says, hey, bonus listing incoming. Love me some free listings. With volume trajectory comes free centralized exchange listings. Sounds like something I've said before. He has said that before. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Immediately below that, there's a Robinhood Saitama. Could this happen? That I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's what this CEX listing is. Robinhood isn't really a CEX, for one. It is a securities trading platform, and they have made provisions in there to trade select cryptocurrencies. But this is more likely a different CEX. We'll have to wait and see. And why doesn't Russell just come out and say what it is? Because right now he's getting beat up on saying that KuCoin was going to list on Friday or possibly over the weekend. Okay, and now here we are on Monday, and it hasn't listed on KuCoin yet. It will. These things are complicated. It can take a little bit of time. They have to make sure that they get it right, because they're putting it on their platform for millions of people to be able to transact on it. They can't afford to not get it right. So, it's hard. Some people in this, I went through and looked at these, and they're like, don't toy with this. Just tell us what it is. Well, at the same time, if you tell people what it is, even when you have pretty solid ideas, if it doesn't happen on the timeline that you're saying it is, or that you're hoping it is, then you get beat up for that. And people say that it's unreliable, and that, you're kind of damned if you do and you're damned if you don't scenario. All right. Let me show you my reflections really quickly, and then we will move out. Now, this is the other question that I get multiple times a day. I have a link in the description for the Stacker tracker, where you can track your own Saitama tokens. Guess what? It works for any token that you want to use. If you have CLE, you can download a separate one, call it your CLE tracker. All it does is just take whatever quantity you put in, and the next time you add them in there, it takes the difference of them and it totals them at the top. So any coin that pays reflections, you can use this tracker on. Okay. In the last 24 hours, even on lower volume, I received 217 million Saitama tokens. Okay. And that's where I was saying, like, we had triple the volume yesterday. I received less tokens. It's quite possible that those whale sellers took a little extra hit and kindly donated that back to us. And where the Saitama Wolfpack ate the dip, we really just kind of got a bonus out of that. So since August 31st, my total rewards are 16 billion tokens at current prices, worth about $1,351. Now, I know for those of you who are coming in later to the project, I get a little bit of criticism, like somehow people want me to change the way I'm doing these reflections because it's hard for people to take a larger position at the current prices. But I'm telling you, the position I took when I took it wasn't considered a large position. I spent about the same amount of money that I would be able to invest today. It was like $1,000, and then I invested another $1,000 later. So if you're putting in $1,000 and you're getting a couple 100 billion tokens for that, these rewards are still going to stack up for you. And if we burn 1 0 or we burn 2 zeros, your rewards will be like mine, where in 60 days, it'll be worth $1,300. And, it's way better than you're going to get on $1,000 putting it in the bank at bank interest. Even if the price stays static for a year, it's still going to add up to be more substantial than what you're getting at the bank. Okay. So don't be frustrated. Just take a position if you're buying that you can comfortably afford investing money that you're not afraid to part with if the market goes down, and see what happens. This is crypto investing. It's kind of not for the faint of heart. It's a pretty volatile marketplace, and it can be very, very exciting, and it can be a little disheartening if the price takes a major turn. So, friends, I hope you're having an amazing day. Check the links for that. Can we burn 2 zeros? If you haven't seen that one before, it's a fascinating video and answers a question that I get every day about price predictions and what it would take to burn those zeros. It's a great time to be a Saitama investor. 5 more days, you guys, to the launch of the Saitamask wallet. Have a great one, and check back with me tomorrow. We will watch our Saitama stacks grow together.